Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. From NFL News Now, the talk around the league has been nothing short of electric, and if you've been anywhere near the swirling cloud of rumors, you already know that the phrase "no-fly zone activated" has become the unofficial soundtrack of the moment. People are whispering, insiders are hinting, and fans are practically vibrating with nervous excitement as the idea of Patrick Surtain to locking down the NFC starts to take shape. It feels like one of those moments where a move doesn't just change a team, it shifts the balance of an entire conference. Some say it's smoke, others swear it's fire. But everywhere you look, the possibility of Surtain sliding into an Eagles uniform is getting louder, and as this chatter grows, the narrative has started to feel less like speculation and more like an approaching storm. A storm covered in midnight green, ready to shut down passing lanes and force offensive coordinators to rewrite their scripts. Even though nothing is official, the vibe is thick, almost tangible, like the air right before a lightning strike. And everyone's waiting to see where it hits. What's making all this buzz even juicier is the way people close to the situation keep dropping crumbs, tiny, deliberate crumbs that suggest the Eagles are fully invested in turning their secondary into something downright terrifying. The whispers describe quiet meetings, private conversations, and a sense that Philadelphia wants to transform their defensive identity entirely. Add Patrick Surtain into that mix, and suddenly you're talking about a defense that doesn't just compete, it suffocates. Fans are already imagining matchups, picturing quarterbacks hesitating at the line, scanning the field only to find Surtain blanketing whoever he lines up against. The idea alone has been enough to ignite comment sections, talk shows, and late-night debates. And through it all, you get the sense that this rumor has legs, that it's not just random noise. It's the type of buzz born from too many aligned hints, too many no comments, and too many insiders saying just wait, something is brewing. And the league feels it. Add to all this the fierce energy surrounding the NFC, and suddenly Surtain's potential arrival becomes more than just a personnel move. It becomes a statement. The NFC has been unpredictable, with contenders shifting in and out of rhythm, and front offices scrambling to keep up with the constant evolution. That's why the idea of one of the league's top young cornerbacks stepping into this chaotic scene carries such weight. The rumor has fans imagining how drastically the Eagles' defensive scheme could evolve, how much more aggressive the safeties could play, how much more confident the pass rush could become knowing there's a lockdown anchor behind them. People have been talking about it like it's the final piece of a puzzle that's been slowly coming together, and as those conversations continue, the excitement around Philly's potential transformation only grows. No one knows for sure how close this is, but everyone can feel that something big is shifting in the football universe. And then there's the cultural side of this rumor, the city, the fans, the energy that always surrounds Philadelphia's moves. Eagles supporters are famously passionate, and the moment the whispers about Surtain started, that passion kicked into overdrive. You can practically hear the hype through social media posts, through fan-made edits, through those speculative videos that pop up everywhere the moment a big name is even remotely connected to the team. There's a sense that this move would resonate far beyond the field. It would be about identity, swagger, and the continuation of that gritty Philly attitude that refuses to back down from anything. Adding Surtain to that culture only amplifies the intensity. Even the idea of him walking into the Eagles facility has fans imagining a new era of defensive dominance. And in the city that loves its football with a relentless fire, this rumor feels like gasoline on that flame. Some people around the league are calling it destiny. Others are calling it wishful thinking. But everyone is talking about how this could reshape the NFC entirely. Coaches are rumored to be preparing for the possibility. Analysts are speculating about its long-term implications. And players are quietly acknowledging how impactful a shutdown corner like Surtain could be on a team built to compete at the highest level. What's fascinating is the way this chatter has grown organically. No big leaks, no flashy announcements, just a rising tide of murmurs that refuses to fade. It's the kind of rumor that gains momentum because it makes sense in all the right ways. A young superstar, a team hungry to elevate, a conference ripe for disruption. And because it all fits so neatly, people can't help but keep the conversation alive. In the end, this first wave of the rumor storm leaves us in that perfect space between excitement and uncertainty. The kind of space where fans hit refresh on their feeds, where insiders stare at their phones, and where every vague tweet gets overanalyzed like it's ancient prophecy. Patrick Surtain to possibly moving to the Eagles isn't confirmed, not even close. But it has become the headline of the moment, and as long as the whispers continue growing louder, the NFC remains on alert, fans remain on edge, and the no-fly zone remains the most thrilling potential upgrade in the football rumor mill right now. If this move happens, it changes everything. If it doesn't, the hype alone has already left its mark, and just like that, the first chapter of this swirling rumor is complete, but the storm is far from over. The second wave of whispers has taken on a life of its own, evolving from simple speculation into full-blown storytelling across fan bases, podcasts, and every corner of the football internet. What makes this phase even more intriguing is the sense that the Eagles aren't just exploring the idea of adding Patrick Surtain to, they're preparing for the ripple effects of what such a move could unleash. People are saying that the front office has been in a highly strategic mood lately, looking not only at the raw talent Surtain brings, but also at the psychological advantage of having an elite corner dictating the flow of a game. Opponents who once tested the perimeter might rethink their approach entirely. Wide receivers who thrive on space might suddenly find themselves living in a tighter, more suffocating world, and in that world, the Eagles could build an identity around disruption, confusion, and dominance. These whispers suggest that the team sees Surtain not as an addition, but as a catalyst, and that idea alone has kept this rumor burning brighter than ever. There's also this emerging subplot around the NFC landscape, how front offices across the conference might be reacting to the possibility of Surtain joining a contender. You can practically imagine the quiet text messages, the late-night strategy meetings, and the nervous glances between people who know all too well how one elite defender can tilt the momentum of a season. Word is that a few NFC teams are already evaluating how their offensive rosters match up, with a potential no-fly zone patrolling the skies in midnight green. Some are rumored to be exploring counter moves, while others appear to be bracing themselves for the impact. This rumor hasn't just energized Eagles fans. It's sent a wave of uncertainty through the entire conference. Everyone knows that football is about matchups, and the mere possibility of Surtain affecting those matchups has created a tremor that's being felt far beyond Philadelphia. Meanwhile, the narrative around Surtain himself has taken on a mythic tone. People talk about his discipline, his instincts, his fluidity, and how seamlessly he could fit into a system built on aggression and intelligence. Fans have been imagining him walking into the locker room, joining a culture that demands excellence and thrives on proving doubters wrong. There's this growing belief that he could flourish in that environment, that being part of a city with such intense energy could elevate him even further. In these rumor circles, Surtain has become more than a player. He's become a symbol of the next step in the Eagles' evolution. Every highlight reel shared, every speculative edit posted, every hypothetical scenario drawn up only fuels that symbol, and the more the rumor grows, the more fans start to picture it as the missing piece in a mission that's far from finished. On the other side of this rumor storm, the conversation has expanded to include the broader identity of Philadelphia football. People are talking about how adding a player like Surtain could reinforce the city's long-standing reputation for toughness, grit, and relentlessness. The idea of pairing him with a defensive unit already filled with hungry young talent has created visions of a unit that could intimidate opponents before the ball is even snapped. Some insiders say the Eagles want to revive that old-school fear factor vibe, the kind where teams feel the pressure as soon as they step onto the field. And if the whispers are true, Surtain is exactly the kind of player who could bring that aura to life. The city loves its defensive heroes, and the fans have been practically begging for another icon to carry that torch. This rumor makes it feel like that wish might be closer than anyone expected as the buzz continues to rise. What's striking is how naturally this rumor seems to flow. Like all the pieces are drifting into alignment. People mention past decisions, recent trends, and the quiet confidence the Eagles have shown in shaping their roster. They say it's all pointing to something big, something that could redefine their defensive trajectory. Whether or not Surtain is actually part of that plan remains to be seen. But the storyline has taken on a life of its own. It's the kind of narrative that feels too complete to dismiss outright. And because of that, fans are staying glued to every whisper, every hint, every subtle shift in the conversation. They know something is building, maybe not exactly what the rumor describes, but something powerful enough to keep the entire NFC guessing. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. And now, as the storm reaches its peak, all anyone can do is wait for the next tremor. The rumor has grown from a spark into a wildfire, fueling debates, predictions, and bold declarations from every corner of the football world. Patrick's certainty to the Eagles might be nothing more than chatter, or it might be the precursor to one of the most impactful moves in recent memory. No one knows yet, but what's certain is that the no-fly zone phrase isn't going anywhere. It's become part of the football conversation, part of the imagination of fans, part of the tension running through the NFC, and until the truth finally surfaces, the rumor will only grow louder, sharper, and more electrifying. Whatever happens next, this storyline has already become a one that fans won't forget anytime soon. The latest twist in this rumor has been the sense that something behind the scenes is shifting, almost like both sides are slowly moving toward the same point without officially acknowledging it. People close to the league keep hinting that the conversations around certain have grown more serious, more calculated. Like the Eagles are exploring every angle to make sure this isn't just a flashy move, but a long-term investment in dominance. Fans are imagining the front office analyzing film deep into the night, mapping out how certain's presence could rewrite coverages, elevate younger players, and create a ripple effect that stretches across the entire depth chart. And as these whispers grow louder, the NFC seems to be holding its breath, waiting to see whether this quiet momentum turns into something real or fades back into speculation. But right now, the energy feels too focused, too aligned, too deliberate for this to be just another rumor passing through the wind. All of this has led to a kind of cinematic tension, like everyone is watching the opening act of a blockbuster move about to unfold. The fan base is already picturing the reactions, the headlines, the instant shift in tone across the league if certain walks into Philadelphia wearing midnight green. It's become a rumor that feels bigger than itself, like it carries the weight of possibility and the thrill of transformation. People talk about it in locker rooms, in group chats, and long threads filled with speculation and excitement. No one knows if it will truly happen, but everyone can feel that the idea has already left its mark. And as long as the phrase no-fly zone activated keeps echoing through the football world, this storyline will stay alive, pulsing, growing, and keeping the entire NFC on alert for whatever comes next. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.